to LA, and I've got a place there, an apartment there, and but I've all my family and friends are here, so I do tend to spend time here as well.
Very cool, very cool. Can you give us, I know it's ladies never like answering this question, but men are kind of different. Can you give us kind of a time frame of like when were you born? What year?
Well, I don't like going into too much detail, but I will tell I'm in my 40s. I'll go that far. So you guys are good at maths. You can figure that out.
Yes, yes, we can. So, okay, so that was very important because I wanted to switch back to MJ. So I guess that you are younger, of course, than Michael Jackson. How did you find out about Michael Jackson? I mean, aside from becoming a professional or a member of his team or an employee, a double, quote unquote, when was it that you found out about Michael Jackson? Was it just like all of us? He was just everywhere around? Because that's how it was for me. He was just everywhere. When I was born in 1984, he was on the billboards, on every advertisement, on the radio, TV. He was on the radio constantly. How did you find out about Michael?
Pretty much just like how you said, Pierce, he was everywhere, everywhere. And at first it was a bit annoying, not gonna lie, because he was everywhere, everywhere. But then you get over that, and you can see what a genius he is. And he's one of a kind, and and you study him, and you just took away by what he does. If you get over the fact he's everywhere, everyone knows who he is. Just watch the man, you go, okay, this is why he's so good.
That's so interesting. Yeah, if I would have been, I guess if I would have been such a huge fan, I would have found it annoying myself too. But I loved hearing him, and I mean that was how I knew to walk. It was as soon as I heard "Bad," the song "Bad," I would be in my diapers trying to walk and dance to all of that. So I absolutely love to get to hear everyone else's different stories of how they found out about Michael, and it's pretty much universal. It's just he's always been around from the late '60s, '70s, '80s, '90s, 2000s, and now the 2010 teens. He's still around, even though the Egyptians once said, as long as your name is still being bantered around or used, essentially you're still alive, even though your shell is dead. But let's fast forward a little bit to the time that you met Michael. When was it that, or under what opportunity did you get the chance to meet Michael?
It was late 2007, and I've been doing events, just birthday parties for events, stuff like that. Originally as a tribute artist, and I did some private parties with people that are well known in England. I guess you could say, quote unquote, English celebrities, English millionaires, and stuff like that, rich English people. And and I think I don't know even who it was by, but I got forwarded, and a video got sent to Michael and his associates, and next thing I know, I was over there and meeting him and getting to know him, and had that week with him. And I think there's a lot of trust. I mean, he's very, there are a lot of Michael Jackson doubles, but not many of them work for Michael, because Michael needs people he can trust, and people he feels people he feels like can represent him well. So I had that week with him, and I got the nod. So so it's all good.
So I guess in 2002, though, he made that famous speech somewhere dissing, could have even been 2001, he was dissing Sony, calling it Sony is phony, and in one of those clips we see there's another tribute artist there, and you're right, it's quite obvious that these doubles don't work for him. A lot of them, or tribute artists, just simply show up at places, like you said, birthday parties and stuff, to entertain people. But there was that famous 2002 speech he gave, and as I recall in the footage, there's like this tribute artist that, and he was in London at the time doing this. And this tribute artist gave him some flowers, and Michael he took the flowers, but then gestured back to the tribute artist to come back to talk to Michael, to talk something privately. Was this kind of the case with you? Did he see you perform somewhere, and then you two talked and just hit it off? And what kind of friends were you? Really that, like, on a friend level?
I like to think so. I mean, we weren't best buddies. I mean, but we got on well. In the week we had together, I feel like we shared a lot of personal, in-depth feelings that perhaps he doesn't share with everyone. I felt honored that I got to know him, and he has this energy and light about him that you I don't know, it's so amazing. You just have to feel it. It's something you just constantly want to be around. And I didn't get enough of Michael Jackson. Definitely, I wish I could have been his best friend. Honestly.
Our room is called Neverlandhome. Was there a chance that you got to? I know you said you met him in 2007. That's kind of a little bit off. I don't think he lived in Neverland. But was there ever a chance that you got the opportunity to go to? You said you have a place, a flat in L.A. Do you ever get a chance to go to Santa Barbara or up close to Neverland?
I went there with a few associates after he died. I didn't go in any of the buildings. I just walked the grounds at Neverland, and I walked the grounds. And even though obviously Michael he didn't want to sell the place even after what the feds had done there. He still had it, and it was surreal because there was kind of like this atmosphere about it that the place felt sad. It felt like there's all this space, and it was like going into actual Neverland. Neverland is in Peter Pan Neverland,
Yeah.
but it being wasted. It was just like there was so much room for all this love, and you could see what he was trying to do here, and it just all gone to waste. There was so much stuff there, and it's just a shame. It was a manager of Neverland was. I needed to go there and see what it was all about, but it was a sad day for me. It wasn't, I have sad memories of Neverland from my experience because of what the occasion was when I went.
I know a lot of people would love more than anything in their life to go there, but what you say is pretty interesting and pretty eerie, is that the vacant Neverland, the actual home, the Neverlandhome, that's our tiny chat room, but the actual real physical home was vacant, and you said it was there was so much love that he could have given with keeping Neverland and everything. I guess my next question is, it's always so interesting, the people that knew Michael are got the opportunity to work with him and see his home, and what about his friends? Was there ever? It seemed as though he'd become so estranged to a lot of people from 2007 until his apparent death. Now, did you see any signs of his friends like Dame Elizabeth Taylor dropping by, or Liza Minnelli, or did you ever get that opportunity to see those friends?
Well, it's I can say, because it's not a secret, Michael was a very lonely person, very, very lonely. He did have his close friends, Liz Taylor, and I know I've seen them put in contact with each other over the phone, but I've never seen them actually together. But I think in the last, I think I got to know Michael the last years that was the worst for him on a social level, because I think he was involved in the wrong people that tried to keep the right people away. Was my take of it. The people he was associating his business with, what he was doing. I believe they're trying to keep